everyone? I hope you're having a great day. My name's Noah. On the internet, I go by Hayon, and this is Hayon Plays. If you guys have not watched any videos on this channel before, and this is your first one, know a little bit about me. I love video games, and this is kind of what we do, is just do video game related content. So if you love video games of all sorts and physical media and Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, it doesn't matter. You love video games, definitely consider smashing that like button and subscribing down below. But today, guys, we have a very, very, very special video as we are celebrating the release of Super Mario Wonder about 2 weeks ago, as well as the release of Super Mario RPG's remake, which is coming out as of recording. It is Thursday, November 16th. It is coming out tomorrow, Friday, November 17th, and I am ecstatic for this game. The original is such a good time, and so for a little bit of a Mario celebration, I decided I want to go through the entire Super Mario Bros. Franchise and do a ranking video. Yes, that is right. We're going through pretty much the entire Super Mario Bros. Franchise and doing a entire ranking video on this. So we're gonna start. Here's our titles here. We got Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong, which we're counting because they are the start of Mario. Super Luigi Bros. U, New Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and U, Super Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. DS, Super Mario Color Splash, Super Mario Paper Mario Sticker Star, Paper Mario the Origami King, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U, Super Mario 64 for the DS and the original, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, The Lost Levels, Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Wonder, our newest release, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Land and Land 2, Mario Maker 1 and 2, Mario Odyssey, Mario RPG, Super Mario Sunshine, Mario World, Mario Runner, and Super Paper Mario. Yes, that is all of the list that we have. You guys can see it here. We're going to go through and rank all of these games. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. All right, guys, let's do this. So we got, first off, we're going to start as old as we possibly can. We're going to start off with Donkey Kong, the classic arcade game. Donkey Kong reshaped the arcade generation of its time and also introduced us to our favorite Goomba stomping plumber. Donkey Kong is a timeless classic, and I still go back and play this at arcades whenever I get the opportunity to do so. So I think for Donkey Kong, I think we're gonna put it. It's not, it's not a perfect game by any means. You know what I mean? There's a lot of glitches, but a lot of people consider it perfect. We're going to put it at the top of great. Donkey Kong is a great game. This is all subject to personal opinion, of course. So if Donkey Kong's your favorite game of all time and it didn't make it excellent, I am sorry. This is personal opinion. You know, this isn't stated facts, but this is my personal opinion on all of these games. Donkey Kong Jr., I feel like made a lot of improvements from the original Donkey Kong's formula and added some nice, unique gameplay mechanics to it. But overall, even though it is a better advancement of Donkey Kong, I would still prefer to play the original on any given day of the week. So we're putting it in great alongside original Donkey Kong, but just right under it. All right, let's see what is next. We're gonna go with Super Mario Bros., the original NES version of Super Mario Bros. Now, the original NES version of Super Mario Bros., as y'all probably know, is an amazing game. You know what I mean? You probably weren't expecting me to say it, but it is an amazing game. Everything about this game is fantastic. Now, personally, I think the best way to play Mario Bros. Is through the Super Mario All-Stars collection on the SNES version, which made some significant improvements to the graphical fidelity of the game, as well as some of the mechanics of the game. But if we're taking for the game for what it is, Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System is fantastic. And I think Super Mario Bros. Is going to have to go with being one of the most iconic and revolutionary games of all time. Okay, no, I'm kidding. It's going all the way up in excellent. Of course, it deserves excellent. It is the founding point for Super Mario Bros. And their franchise, as well as it is the most iconic game, I think, from the Nintendo Entertainment System, hands down. And it really shaped the gaming industry for Nintendo to be what it is today. So that is going an excellent tier. Next up would be Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm sorry if this is one of your favorite games of all time. I really am. If you're watching this video and you love Super Mario Bros. 2, I am sorry for what I'm about to do, but I absolutely despise this game. It is not... I'm not going to say it's bad or terrible. I'm going to put it in meh. There's parts of it that are great. The art style is pretty cool. Birdo is a nice villain, but I feel like we should have gotten the original Super Mario Bros. 2 that we were intended to in the first place, but that never released outside of Japan. And this game, you know, if you know the storyline, it originally was a completely different game, and the Japanese audience thought that the Super Mario Bros. 2 that they had was a little too hard for American audiences at the time, so they released this as Super Mario Bros. 2 in the United States instead of the other one, and the other one later got released as the Lost Levels on the All-Stars collection on the Super Nintendo. Super Mario Bros. 2, while it is a classic game, and in its own way has some very iconic characters, it doesn't feel at all like the original Mario Bros. And I don't like the changes to mechanics that they made in this game. A lot of the enemy types to me are just super annoying, and to the point where I don't have a lot of fun with this game. And I feel like for me, Mario, how I rank Mario is kind of on the fun factor, and for me, this game just isn't a lot of fun. So I'm going to put it in meh. Super Mario Bros. 3. We all know where Super Mario Bros. 3 is going. Super Mario Bros. 3 is going in excellent. Super Mario Bros. 3 was honestly my first introduction to the Super Mario Bros. Franchise. And specifically through the Super Mario All-Stars Collection version of Super Mario Bros. 3 on the Super Nintendo, which was the first console I ever had access to as a child. I love Super Mario Bros. 3. The Tanuki suit for Mario is fantastic. The level design was amazing. The world design was very charming and very classic. And I definitely think that Super Mario Bros. 3 is the defining game of the Nintendo Entertainment System Mario games. I think it is the best one out of the three by far. The only game that I feel like surpasses it from the original Super Mario timeline is Super Mario World. Super Mario World, for me, is going to the top of the excellent tier. Super Mario World is an absolutely incredible game. For those of you who have played it, you know that it is a very similar map to Super Mario Bros. 3, but with a lot of improved gameplay mechanics, as well as the introduction of Yoshi and the Cape Mario, which basically allowed you to fly around like a superhero, and it was super fun. And I go back and play this game probably once a year, just because of how much I love this game. It is fantastic. Everything about it is charming and delightful and fun. The secret levels are super challenging. You know, if you're really into a challenging Mario platformer game, definitely play the secret world levels of Super Mario World. They're going to give you a hard time, but that feeling of achievement once you have beaten them is something like not comparative to anything else. So Super Mario World is going at the top of excellent. What is going to be next, guys? Let's see. Where should we go next? Oh, of course, we should go the Lost Levels, or as in Japan, Super Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Bros. 2, the Lost Levels. For me, it doesn't make it into excellent, but I still feel like it's what we should have gotten overall, coming off of the original Super Mario Bros. But I'm going to put it in great. I'm going to put it under Donkey Kong and above Donkey Kong Jr. The Lost Levels are fantastic, and I mean, they are a lot more challenging than the original Super Mario Bros., but the art style of the original Super Mario Bros. And the gameplay mechanics of the original Super Mario Bros. Are intact. However, it does have you know, different stages and different worlds that are a lot more challenging than the original, but still keeps kind of general feel of the original Super Mario Bros. And I definitely think it was a better segue sequel to the original Super Mario Bros. Between that and Super Mario Bros. 3 than the version of Super Mario Bros. 2 we got here in the US. So I think that one's going to go in great. I do play it quite a bit whenever I'm feeling like playing classic Mario. So I will put that in great. And then Super Mario Land games. So the Super Mario Land games, the first one is pretty good. So Super Mario Land was on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Technically the original Game Boy in black and white, but you could play them on the Game Boy Color and, of course, switch the color themes of the world to be different color types because of how the Game Boy Color functioned. I'm going to put Super Mario Land in good. They were good for what they were on their console limitations. You know, they were GB original Game Boy Super Mario games, and they played like Super Mario games on the original Game Boy. However, because of the hardware limitations, you know, there's a lot of like little bugs and glitches in these games, even for at the time, and some ways to cheese levels, as well as some kind of broken things that were super hard to get past for the time and what it was. You know what I mean? I'm trying to explain it the best without saying just go play Super Mario Land and you'll understand what I'm saying. It's a great game. And for the hardware at the time, it was probably one of the best games on the original Game Boy, but I think it deserves a spot at the top of good. I don't think it's great, I don't think it's excellent, but I do definitely think it's a good game, and I think Super Mario Land 2 kind of deserves the same treatment in my opinion. Again, the same thing, but it did have support for the Game Boy Color, if I remember correctly, which did add some vibrancy to the world, as well as some character to the Super Mario Land franchise that we didn't have before. All right, next up is going to be Super Mario 64. All right, guys. This is going to get controversial. So Super Mario 64, for me, I didn't have the nostalgia a lot of people have with Super Mario 64. And for me, Super Mario 64, while I acknowledge it is a great game, I have played it. I do enjoy the game, but it doesn't really hold up to in modern day as much as some might say it does. In my opinion, it doesn't really hold up in modern day, but it was the start of the 3D Mario franchise, and for that and its importance, I have to put it decently high. So I think Super Mario 64 for me, and me alone, and feel free to shred me to pieces in the comments, I know you probably will, is gonna go middle of great, under Donkey Kong. I think I prefer to play Donkey Kong any day of the week over Super Mario 64. But that is just me, as I said. I acknowledge its existence as being one of the greats, but I definitely don't put it in the excellent tier for me personally, even though I do feel like it is an important game that kickstarted the 3D Mario franchise. Alright, now that controversial one's out of the way, we're going to slot Super Mario 64 on the DS in the same exact boat. Because they did make a couple minor improvements on the DS version, I feel like, with like touchscreen support, which made some things kind of fun, but overall, I will say the N64 version is probably a little more polished, so actually we'll bump this one down right under the lost levels there. And then, let me see, what are we going to go next? We'll go with Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo, for me, is top of great. This game, I'm a huge, if you guys have watched my channel before, you know what kind of games I play. Of course, I do play platformers and stuff like this, but I am a huge RPG fan. I love turn-based RPGs. I love action RPGs. I love Square Enix. Square Enix is one of my favorite developers of video games of all time, and the original Super Mario RPG was made by Nintendo and Squaresoft, which later became Square Enix when they fused with Enix software. So I put Super Mario RPG very high. I will say I have never fully beat the original Super Mario RPG. Because every time I've played this game, I've gotten a certain amount through, and then something's happened to the copy that I own. I did pick it up on the Wii U recently before the eShop shut down, and I do plan on doing a playthrough of the original Super Mario RPG very soon, due to it being on that virtual console, and I might even do it on this channel if you guys want to see that after playing the remake. But I have had a good experience when I've played this game, even slight bits, on different consoles over the ages, and I'm gonna put it at the top of great. And I really love the charming, like, world of Super Mario RPG and some of the characters like Geno. And it is definitely a wacky game. It is really weird, and it doesn't, like, it's not the same Mario you're used to. It's definitely a strange game, and if you guys are looking to play the remake / remaster that we're having coming out tomorrow, you're gonna notice that it's a wacky and really crazy game, but it is a lot of fun. The, like, timing-based, turn-based combat is very fun and very innovative for its time, and I definitely put it up there with the greats. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick it there above Donkey Kong. I think that's where it's gonna sit, is above Donkey Kong. Yeah, that's where it's gonna sit for me. I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe, but I don't know. I might switch this around later. We might go around and readjust this, but I think this is how it's gonna sit for now for me. All right, and then next up is Super Paper Mario on the N60, or sorry, not Super Paper Mario, but Paper Mario, the original Paper Mario on the N64. Kind of a successor to the whole turn-based Mario idea that Super Mario RPG brought forward. Paper Mario started a franchise that got better with age, for sure, and I am going to put Paper Mario at the top of good. Original Paper Mario is a very good game. I think I'll put it at the top of good because the game's definitely improved over time for the franchise. I'll actually skip right to what I think is probably the best one in the franchise, which is Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door. Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door is going to go up with the excellence. Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door deserves all the praise that it gets. Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door is definitely the best game, in my opinion, in the Paper Mario franchise, and I'm so excited that it is actually getting a remaster port to the Switch in sometime next year, because it definitely deserves to have some sort of longevity in the current gaming market, and to be reintroduced to the public for, kids who were my age when this game came out, to be able to experience for the first time, as well as adults who played the game before, and parents to be able to experience, and it deserves all the praise. I think it's going to go in excellent. I'm not going to put it at the top of excellent, but it is going to go in the excellent tier. Paper Mario... Super Paper Mario, I think, is what we'll go with next. Super Paper Mario, for me, is going to go... I actually really had a good experience with this game when it first came out. If I'm being honest, I haven't played this game probably since it's originally released, and my experience with this game, let me just set it here for now. That's not where it's going to stay. It might be, but let me think about it. So, Super Paper Mario for me, I remember when I first played this game very vividly. I rented it from Blockbuster back, in the mid-2000s, right before Blockbuster shut down, and this game was such a good time. Me and my younger brother and my mother, we stayed up for hours playing this game when we rented it, because we only had it for a couple days, and we tried to powerhouse through it the first time. And I just remember having a great time with this game as a kid. Seeing stuff about it now, I would really like to go back and play this game to get a definite opinion on it, but just due to pure nostalgia for me and how I felt about the game at the time, I think I'm going to put it with the greats. But, as I said, I haven't played this game since I was probably 8 or 9 years old, so depending on, like, if I go back and play this game, that could switch. And maybe I'll leave a comment if I ever go down to playing this. Maybe I'll leave a comment down below of where this ends up. But for me, I'm going to put Super Paper Mario in the greats. Again, this is all just personal opinion from my experiences with the Mario franchise during my own life. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion on this list, but for me, this is the list. Next we'll go back to the GameCube with Super Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine, again, a game that doesn't hold up very well today, but holds up better than most. Super Mario Sunshine's going in the greats. Actually, top of great, right before excellent. The only reason I'm not putting it excellent is I actually did recently go back and play this game, and I found that, you know, the most accessible way to play this game currently is on the 3D All-Stars collection on the Nintendo Switch, which is almost impossible to buy now because it is discontinued and physical copies go for quite a bit on the resale market. But that is still the most accessible way to play this game other than buying a GameCube and a original GameCube copy of the game. And on the original GameCube, the game still functions very well. But on the 3D All-Stars collection, while it does function okay when you're using a GameCube controller on the Switch, using the Joy-Cons was really not a good time, and it showed me some flaws in the design of the game, control scheme-wise, that I didn't realize were there. It definitely used the tension of the GameCube controllers for being, like, how it functions, and using anything that has, like, a faster, I guess, delay time, you know, for the controllers definitely causes problems in the game. And I love this game. It's charming. The, like, Shadow Mario thing was cool. And, like, the, you know, the flood machine on the back is super cool. I love its incorporation in Smash, but I'm not going to put it in excellent because I think there are better 3D Mario games than Super Mario Sunshine, but it is definitely one of the best games in the franchise, so it is going at the top of great. All right. What is next, folks? What is next, folks? Let me think. Blah, 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 blah. Super Mario Galaxy. I think we're going to go with Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy, for me, is excellent. Love Super Mario Galaxy. I could replay this game probably 100 times and never get sick of it. I love the world. I love Rosaline and the little star people. I love everything about this game. I remember this game very fondly as a child, and again, staying up for hours with my younger sibling just trying to get through this game. And this one I did go back and play recently, and you know, it still for me kind of holds up to today. Even the wonky control planet things, but even like the planets having different gravity was really cool. And I don't know, I just love the entire vibe and of Super Mario Galaxy. And for me, it is definitely in the excellence. I love Super Mario Galaxy. I'm gonna put Super Mario Galaxy 2 in great, because while a lot of things in Super Mario Galaxy 2 were improvements from the original Super Mario Galaxy, it's a lot shorter than Super Mario Galaxy, and it almost felt like it was an add-on for Super Mario Galaxy in a lot of ways to me, but it was before add-ons really existed, so that's why it was a full game. But it is a lot shorter than the original Super Mario Galaxy, and I find the charm, some of the charm from Super Mario Galaxy 1 a lot more like revisitable than Super Mario Galaxy 2, in my personal opinion. So Super Mario Galaxy 2 is going to go in great, and Super Mario Galaxy is going to go in excellent. Next up, we are going to go with Super Mario Run, which is bad. Super Mario Run is a mobile game. It's a mobile runner for Mario, and it had its good times. And I really thought this game was going to be super good when it first came out. However, the fact that, like, you could only play a part of the game for free before you have to start paying for stuff in order to unlock the rest of the game is really annoying. And even if you do pay for the game, there's only so much you can do before it's done, and there's really no replayability, and it just wasn't it for me. Although it is still downloadable and you can still go on mobile and play it now, but I feel like it's the worst of the Mario games in general. I think it's the worst of the Mario games ever made. It's bad. I'm gonna put it in bad, because I've tried multiple times to give it a chance, and it's just not good. It is bad. Paper Mario Color Splash on the Wii U. Okay. Not the best. That's where it's going to sit. If you played Paper Mario Color Splash, you'll know why I'm putting it here. It's an okay game. Maybe you won't. Maybe you love Color Splash. But for me, it's okay. And Sticker Star was good. I'll put Sticker Star in good. We'll put it above the Super Mario Land games, but under the original Paper Mario. I'm going to put that in good. Color Splash is going to be okay. And let me see if I can bust out just a couple more before really pausing to talk about things. Super Mario 3D Land, meh. I don't like a lot of things about Super Mario 3D Land. It suffers. The problem with Super Mario 3D Land is it suffers from a lot of problems that 3DS ports of console games had at the time, where they cut so much. It's basically the same game as a game on the Wii U, which is Super Mario 3D World, but there's so much cut content. And it's kind of a predecessor to Super Mario 3D World and what 3D World became. But there's just so much dulled downness from what the actual console game was because of the limitations of the 3DS hardware. 3D Land has some cool aspects, and definitely if you have a 3DS, it's worth playing. But it is not. But it was by far not one of the best games in the franchise. However, Super Mario 3D World deserves a spot at the top of good. The only reason I'm not going to put it in great, actually, is for one reason and one reason only. It's way too easy. The game has no difficulty whatsoever. The cat suits kind of break everything, but they are one of the best parts of, the cat suits in this game are the best part of the game, and probably one of the best mechanics in the entire franchise of Mario. But I'm gonna put it in good, very top of good as of right now, is it's where it's gonna sit, because it is an amazing game. I don't think it's great because it provides no challenge, but it's definitely fun. And if you're just looking for a fun, simple Mario game with not a whole lot of aggravating challenge, 3D World is for you. I mean, it is a pretty easygoing Mario game. It's not gonna break your brain or have you rage quit and break your controllers, but it is a lot of fun platforming goodness. All right, and then we're going to skip to, drum roll, new Super Mario Bros. For the DS. For me, and this is probably only a me thing, I absolutely love this game again. It is excellent. New Super Mario Bros. DS, I think, is one of the best games in the entire Super Mario franchise. In fact, I'm putting it, personally for me, right under Super Mario Bros. 3, but very close to Super Mario Bros. 3. New Super Mario Bros. For the DS was my first game I ever had on the DS, and maybe that's why I'm ranking it so high, but I love everything about this game. The Jumbo Mario, breaks the stage, is my favorite power-up, I think, that we've ever had. And the little mini game parlor where you got to play casino games with the Mario characters and the little match quiz thing. I played that so many times. I can't tell you how many times I've 100%ed this game. I had so much fun with it. And it's, DS connectivity play with other people, stuff that it had was great. Its use of all the DS's mechanics with the blow controls and the touchscreen were done very well. And yeah, I can't praise this game enough. New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS deserves a spot in excellent. I love everything about it, from innovation to art design, to storyline, everything, world platforming design, fantastic. One of the best games in the franchise, in my opinion, again. Followed up by New Super Mario Bros. 2. I don't think New Super Mario Bros. 2 is as good as New Super Mario Bros. 1, but it is definitely a good game. It is going to go in good right under Super Mario 3D World. Actually, it's going to go in the middle of good. I'm going to put it above Super Mario 3D Land and above Sticker Star, but it is under original Paper Mario for sure and Super Mario 3D World. It's a great game, has some good level design. But with a successor to New Super Mario Bros. DS, I expected a lot more from it, and I kind of expected it to still have like Jumbo Mario and stuff. And if I remember correctly, it didn't have that, and I was kind of upset by that. And it didn't feel as innovative as the original New Super Mario Bros. On the DS did. So I'm gonna put it in like the middle of good. All right, next up is Super Mario Maker for the Wii U. Super Mario Maker for the Wii U is a good game. I'm going to put it under Super Mario Bros. 2, above Sticker Star, in good, just because its successor, Super Mario Maker 2, is way, way, way better and it deserves a spot in great. I'm going to put it over Donkey Kong, actually. Super Mario Maker 2 is an amazing game. And the amount of like community creativity that it allows is astounding. Being able to share your creations of levels online for other people to play, and the challenge that can come with that is kind of the whole beauty of the game. The game is all about creating your own Mario levels and sharing with other people to play. And there can be a lot of challenge, but there can also be some just easy, fun, innovative levels. And I definitely think it deserves its spot in great. I'm not going to put it in excellent because I feel like those need to be reserved for actual Mario games that aren't just like community hubs, but Super Mario Maker 2 is a very, 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 very good game. So it is going in great. Paper Mario, the Origami King, I feel like is probably one of the best Paper Mario games since Thousand Year Door. But it's going to go in great. And it's going to go under Super Mario 64 because Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is still just that much better. And I feel like Super Mario 64 is still more substantially important to the franchise than Paper Mario Origami King. But Origami King has a lot of really cool like level design and character design and some quirky little things that happen in it that are a lot of fun. But I definitely think it deserves a spot in great, but I'm not going to put it anywhere above or below great. All right, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This game, again, I'm trying not to oversaturate excellent, but it is, again, probably my third favorite game in the entire franchise. And personally, so I'm going to try to, like, using personal opinion and like actual game thing, I think I'm gonna put it for me above Super Mario Bros. 3. I really love New Super Mario Bros. Wii. The propeller power was so fun. The level design was great. It was one of the first times where you could play with like multiple people. So I remember playing this game with 4 people a lot and just having a great time with it. I loved the sand level, and usually I hate the sand levels, but the sand level in this game was so fun. And I've gone back and played this game several times in my life, and every time I play it, I just feel good about it. So I definitely think it deserves its spot in excellence. There's not a lot else I can say to defend that position. If you guys have played New Super Mario Bros. Wii, you know why I'm putting it up this high. It is a fantastic game. Also, like the Koopa Kids, or like the, all like Bowser Jr.'s buds, are in this game and have fantastic boss levels. So it definitely, I think, deserves that spot. Next, we're going to count this as just Bowser's Fury, because otherwise it's just Super Mario 3D World. But it does improve Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury is great. So I'm going to put it towards the bottom of great, above Super Mario 64 DS. above Lost Levels, under or and above Origami King, under 64. I think that's where it's going to sit. The improved things that they did with the Switch version of the game definitely helped a lot, as well as the Bowser's Fury side game definitely gave a lot of replayability and fun factor to Super Mario 3D World that it definitely needed. So it is going there. New Luigi Bros. U. I think you know what I'm going to do with it. No, I'm kidding. I'm not actually going to put this, even though Luigi is my favorite character in the franchise. Luigi is New Luigi, Super Luigi Bros. U for me. I kind of hated how hard it was. And I like a challenge, but I'm like a huge Luigi fan, and I just wanted to play the base game as Luigi, and that just wasn't an option. And that's why I wanted to play Super Luigi U, because playing Luigi in the main game wasn't an option, but all the levels in Super Luigi U are so much harder than the original Super Mario Bros. U. And so I think it's going to go in good. Hello. Alright guys, sorry for that weird break there. Just got like a random phone call. People like to interrupt me during this thing, but let's get right back to it, guys. Alright, where were we next? We were at our last four. So, we got the new stuff coming. Alrighty, where are we going to put new Super Mario Bros. U? I think new Super Mario Bros. U is better than... I hated that you couldn't play like Luigi in the main game for like half of it. Like I don't know, unless you had like a second player. And there was like it wasn't as good as New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So as a successor to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, not as good. But like having like the Tanuki suit back was pretty cool, or a version of it with like the acorn thing was pretty cool. So, I think I'm going to put it above Super Luigi Bros. U and above New Super Mario 3D World, but it's going to go in good. I don't think it's great, but I think it's good, and it's definitely one of the higher good games for sure. And that comes with our last three. I think New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe definitely added some quality of life features to New Super Mario Bros. U, so we'll put that one right above it in good. And then Super Mario Odyssey, you guys all know. Super Mario Odyssey, while towards the bottom of it, is excellent. It is above Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, in my opinion. Not above New Super Mario Bros. DS, but Super Mario Bros. Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is an absolutely stunning and spectacular game. Super Mario Odyssey, the introduction of Cappy, and like all the cool domains and environments you could explore, definitely like solidified 3D Mario genre, and like took everything from the previous 3D Mario games, Mario 64, Galaxy, and Sunshine, and kind of learned from those experiences to make a truly awe-inspiring 3D Mario game. Super Mario Odyssey is the best of the best when it comes to 3D Mario, and I think it deserves all of the praise as far as 3D Mario goes, and it is... yeah, it's one of the best. It definitely deserves its spot in excellent, in my opinion. So that is where it is going. Pretty much almost in the center of excellent is where Super Mario Odyssey will land. And that leaves us with our final game, not including the RPG remake coming out tomorrow. Our newest introduction to the Mario series, our newest addition to the Mario series, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is terrible. No, I'm kidding. No, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm just going to set it there. It's not in meh. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the best Super Mario Bros. Game since Super Mario World, in my opinion. Everything about this game is fantastic. The power-ups are great. Super unique and innovative. Elephant Mario is a ton of fun. So is Bubble Mario and Drill Mario. Super fun. The player like customizability and the fact that you can play like so many different characters from the franchise that we've always wanted to play from beginning to end is incredible. The Wonder Seeds mechanic is one of the best collection mechanics we've had in the franchise, with the Wonder Flowers leading to a Wonder Seed at the end of each of those routes. And the Wonder Flower routes are so unique and awe-inspiring every single time that you go on into one. It's something completely different. And even if it is kind of similar to a different one, it shakes it up enough to where you're like, well, this is not at all like the last thing I just saw. And it's definitely, in my opinion, but I feel like this might be a general consensus, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the best game since Super Mario World for the Super Mario Bros. Franchise. And I feel like there's a reason it is a contender for Game of the Year this year. And I definitely think it is the defining point in side-scroller Mario. If you want a challenge, there is challenge to be found, with the secret levels in this game definitely being a much harder experience than the main game. But it is definitely a family-friendly game, and definitely is a good game to get introduced into platformers for newcomers to the franchise. Super Mario Wonder is the best Mario game since Super Mario World, going right in excellent right under Super Mario World. I think the only game for me that tops it is Super Mario World. And that is just barely, because Super Mario Wonder is absolutely amazing. And there you have it, guys. That is my list of the best of Super Mario Bros. Franchise. As you can see, it's not everybody's list for sure, but this is definitely, I think, an accurate representation of how I feel about each of these games in the franchise and how I would rank them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys stuck around to the end, I know this is like a 40-minute video, but if you guys stuck around to the end, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe down below for more video game news and information content, as well as more ranking videos for different franchises that personally I just love. If you guys want to see a franchise ranked, comment down below what franchise that is, and if I haven't played it, I will go and play that franchise. It might take me a while to do the video, you know, I don't have all the free time in the world, but, you know, comment the franchise down below. I'll try to play some of the games and do a ranking video when I can get the chance. But thank you guys all for watching. My name's Noah. This is Hey On Plays, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.